Hi everybody, Cheryl and Lady coming to you from the Ladies Garden and Home, and today I wanted to give you a quick update on the state of the garden after the Arctic blast cyclone bomb that came through here before Christmas. Some of the things that made it surprised me and some of the things that didn't surprise me. So anyway, I hope you join us. So after that really cold blast, starting tonight into the next 10 days or so, we're going to have above freezing at night, which is odd, but it is feeling a little bit spring-like already. It's about mid-50s today. I'll look that up Celsius. If you were with me the last video, I had covered a number of beds that I'm trying to overwinter vegetables in. Now it's time to uncover them and let them get some of that warmth so that also they don't cook in this little greenhouse effect of plastic covering I've got. So let's see. In this bed is where I have a lot of my brassicas. I've got also celery in here, turnips, some carrots. Okay. So I'm just going to slide this back. All right, I'll let you take a close-up. Okay, in this bed, we have actually some things that have done okay. We've got some carrots in here, although if the ground froze, I don't think, well, let's try. Let's see what this carrot did. Oh, okay. That didn't freeze too bad. Nice. Okay. Got some carrots for dinner. The broccoli rabe, I mean, the leaves look a little bit beaten up. The asparagus, not so sure. That's disappointing, but we'll try again next year. Here's some Brussels sprouts. The celery plant looks beaten up. Some of the leaves are dead, but they're still green. Same thing here. You still have some green in the middle growing, some new growth, which is good. Okay, so overall, things that were undercover here did pretty well. In this bed where the cover crop was, you can still see that there's a little bit of green, but not particularly hopeful. The carrots don't seem to be too bad. Well, that carrot's awfully big and it's not coming out just with my hands, so I'm going to have to take my little hori-kori or something to get that out. But the carrots seem to be okay. Need to leave some more in then to grow on. Leeks were done before the frost. Coming over this way, the lavender didn't mind freezing. It's doing very well. And let's see how the Swiss chard did that was undercover as opposed to naked to the elements in the green stalk. Alright, they survived. Let's get the cover off of them. And then over here were some carrots that I didn't cover. So the carrot tops didn't die off. So the green stalk. The green stalk, some things are okay and will make it through, like the lemon balm up here. The sage, I think, will make it through. But some things did not. The Swiss chard, I don't know, there's a little bit of green in the middle there, so they may make a comeback. But I think some are just way too far gone. That's more chard. Even the arugula suffered. So, this was the dill. The New Zealand spinach. So, yes. Most of the green stalk did not make it. And I will be planting up new in the spring. And over here at the deck containers, I was really surprised that the giant winter spinach that supposedly really, really likes the cold, that didn't make it. Not sure if they'll make a comeback. The herbs, most of them are okay. They'll just overwinter. I think fine. The rosemary has me worried. Last week, right after the really, really cold, it was completely black. But now, if you can see, it's starting to green up again. So hopefully this hasn't died. The thyme, the chives, the kale. Although this kale looked just like the pathetic spinach just a few days ago, and a few days of above freezing temperature has it rebounding. Parsley, oregano, that parsley looks the same. Too cold for the cilantro, but I do have some, I believe, baby oregano growing there from self-seeding. So that's it for the herbs. And these plants close up to the house, I think, are doing okay because they do get the warmth from the house. And the strawberries with the mulch on top of it. Coming over this way, in my last garden tour before the freeze, I hadn't covered everything up in that video, but I did come back out the next day and made sure to cover up some of the brassicas. I have some calabrese sprouting broccoli in this row here, and I've got some fennel and rutabaga and radishes in this bed. So I did cover them. Let's see how they did. This was just some floating row cover that comes in very, very handy in the garden. It was very inexpensive to buy. I've reused it numerous times already in the 2 years that I've had it. Okay, well, they may perk up again. Let's just keep it here. Oh, the ground is frozen. Okay. So I'll give you a close-up. All right, the rutabaga is in the back, the fennel in the middle, and radishes in the front here, and I think they'll perk back up. In this row, since it's not covered by plastic and it is cloth, I'm not going to completely uncover the whole thing. I'm going to take a peek inside. If this was plastic, I definitely uncover it for like 50-degree days because I wouldn't want them to cook. But because it's cloth and there's some airflow, I think they'll be fine. They won't have that same effect. Okay, the beets look kind of sad. But these are a red-leafed beet, so I'm going to keep that in the ground and hope they come back. I think here's some of that sprouting calabrese. There's some green. Those were some garlic that kind of self-seeded because I forgot to pull them up last year. So we're just going to keep everything here and hope for the best. All right, next, let's check the broccoli and cauliflower under here. I see some browning on the leaves. Ay, ay, ay. All right, this is the cauliflower. The broccoli looks good, though. Oh, well, it's just the leaves. Looks like the inside's okay. All right. Again, I'm going to keep these covered too. The rain will be able to get through, and the air will go through, so we'll just keep these wrapped up too. Over here is the artichoke that I put under Lady's collar of shame after her surgery as a clush, and oh, that does not look good. I'm going to be starting these again in the spring. Coming over here, I don't really have many plants that survived before the freeze anyway, but I did cover up what was here. So let's take a look. This one actually, this row cover flew off in the wind at one point, so I think this would have gotten more damage than the other one, but let's see. All right, that's a broccoli rabe plant. Okay, not completely dead. Oh, and that's the borage. Well, that's not looking good. All right, let's see how the calendula did under here. Nope. Nope. And we've got another broccoli. Oh, okay. Another broccoli rabe. That's doing okay. Well, over here is where I had my fava bean plants, and I am really surprised and very disappointed that they didn't make it. They're pretty black, and they were going strong all through the freezes, all through the tough weather. They were growing, and they just didn't make it. It was below 8 degrees. So I put the pumpkins here because I figured they'll disintegrate over the winter, get some, maybe feed some squirrels, leave some seeds here, and maybe I'll have this as my pumpkin patch next year. In these 2 green bags here, I had the last of my potatoes that I harvested right before Christmas Eve. And I didn't get a large harvest. In fact, I was kind of disappointed it was so small, but I only started with 2 potatoes, 1 in each bag. And I got some potatoes for Christmas. And I think I'll do that again next year, only maybe I'll start a little bit earlier. I don't think that I actually planted those potatoes until August. So I might start a little bit earlier to get Christmas potatoes next year. As you can see, we celebrate Christmas all the way through the 12 days of Christmas to the Epiphany, so I'm still sporting my Christmas sweaters. So that's it. That was after the freeze. That's the results. And now we're going to have a stretch of warmer days, so hopefully some of them that still have some green to them will perk back up. And then when it gets to dip below freezing again at night, I'm going to come back out and cover them back up. And then, of course, you know, January and February, we're in deep, deep freezes. So just probably keep the covers on after that. It's important to keep track of the weather and the temperatures if you are trying to overwinter your vegetables, because Like I said, it's going to be warmer, and I don't want them to cook underneath the plastic. And also I want them to be able to be exposed to get some nice rain and water them so that they don't dry out over the winter. So I will keep you posted, and you know, we'll be coming back to you in January with a whole bunch of new videos about planning and starting a garden, and you know, inventorying your seed collection and all kinds of things like that. So I hope you subscribe, and I hope you like this video. If you did, please give it a like. I hope that although 2022 was such a hard year for so many people, that you still have very fond memories of your year, and I also hope that you carry those fond memories into the new year, and I wish you a wonderful 2023. Happy New Year, everybody, and enjoy your gardening journey. Say goodbye, lady. Say Happy New Year. Lady says Happy New Year. Bye.